Shalom from Jerusalem. This is Uriel, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. Ma'am, what brings you to Israel?
Well, I have a love for Israel. I've been coming to Israel since I've been 18 years old. And I have many friends here and many relationships. And of course, this is a land of great spiritual inheritance, the heritage that I believe the Jews are called to steward.
Now, what is your work? What is it that you're doing in Israel presently?
Presently, often I bring groups of pastors and leaders, but at this time I do educational journalism with a website, and I post up views somewhat from a spiritual geopolitical point of view.
And what do you think about Iran? Do they really pose a threat and Islam towards Israel?
Absolutely, without a doubt, without question. And I have many Persian friends. In fact, I am now staying with Persian Jews, and we have a great relationship with one another. I have many Iranian friends, Persians, who are Christians. And I know on a personal basis, relationship basis, that Islam is on the macro political level is a system, because I've studied the Quran and Islam for many years, that does not have good intentions, especially towards the, as they say, the Saturday people and the Sunday people. So any religion that tells me that I must convert or they will cut off my head is not a religion that fosters peace and good relationships.
Now, there's a quote that says, "Oh Abdullah, if you see a Jew under a stone, go and kill him, and if he hides behind a tree, go and slay him." And that is a quote directly out of Islam.
Yes.
So I understand that Islam basically is not a friendly religion.
It is not a religion of peace, no.
You know, we just had our American ambassador, Christopher Stevens, in Benghazi, basically killed by Islamist extremists. And we need to understand that Islam really poses a threat, not just to the nation of Israel, but to all infidels according to what the Quran says. If you're an infidel, it means that you are not a follower of Islam, al-Islam, and it says that they will cut your hands off and your feet off, and they will also crucify you. What do you think about that?
Yes, and there's in Egypt they just crucified some Coptic Christians and some journalists. So yes, and the Armenian genocide out of Turkey in the turn of the century. Yes, they have a history for that. So what I want to know, and the United States of America is at risk also, because the Muslim Brotherhood from al-Husseini, okay, they were Nazis. And excuse me, you have to read, it's required reading Mein Kampf in every Arab university. So what Islam does is present a whole veneer of, oh, we come in peace, and anything, you can say anything in jihad, as long as you get your objective goal, and the goal is global Islamization.
Now, Mohammed Morsi just stated a week ago that he wanted America to clean its house. Yet on the other hand, we understand that many Egyptian Christian Coptics are being killed in Egypt, and yet he's not doing anything about that.
Exactly. Nor are they doing anything about Libya. And of course, at this time, and my government is a very weak government and very weak leadership. And I believe personally that there is a lot of infiltration of the Muslim Brotherhood in the United States at the highest levels.
Do you think that Barack Hussein Obama, the American president, do you really believe that he's a Muslim?
Yes, and I believe he's a Marxist Muslim. And I believe, because I understand jihad, that you say whatever you want to get your objective goal, that you do not listen to what the man says, but what the man is doing. And that shows what his actions and his policies are, shows what his goals are. His past is defining his present and his future objectives.
I'm trying to understand why 70% of American Jews basically favor Barack Hussein Obama, yet I do understand that he has basically pushed aside our Prime Minister Netanyahu. Like yesterday, he sent Hillary Clinton to meet with him, and yet a few weeks ago when our Prime Minister Netanyahu called for a meeting, he went on the David Letterman show to sign autographs and to be interviewed there. Was that right for him to do as a leader of the country of Israel? Goes and calls for a meeting, yet he says he didn't want to meet with him.
Well, that's a blatant insult, isn't it? I mean, let's tell it like it is. You know, as a leader of nation, or when it's allegedly, or the former most powerful nation in the world, you do not do that as a political leader when there's a crisis situation that's happening in the Middle East. So, it's obviously a blatant insult.
Now, if you had anything to say to the American voters that will watch this newscast on the upcoming elections, what would you say to them to vote for who?
Well, you know, I think that's obviously not Barack Obama, but since it's a two-party system, I would say that I would, and I don't endorse Mitt Romney either, but it's like the lesser of two evils, or I'm voting against Barack Obama. But there is a constitutionalist called Virgil Good, and I would vote for him.
This is Uriel, Independent News, Jerusalem, Israel. Shalom.